Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Marsha Blackburn does not hold back. She rips this FBI official a new one in front of Congress, and ultimately proves how far the FBI has fallen.
Senator, first, as I said before, your assertion, or anyone who makes the assertion that the FBI is politicized, I reject it wholeheartedly. It's wrong, and it is not true. The work we do,
Okay,
and the
Mr.
people I
Abate,
see in
then
the
let me
FBI.
ask you this. You said in your response to Senator Cruz that you and the FBI do your job to the best of your ability. So why don't you tell me what your job is? Is it to defend and shield Joe Biden, or is your job to protect this country and the Constitution of the United States? Which is it?
The job of the FBI is to protect the country, keep people safe, and uphold the Constitution of our great country.
So
Period.
why are
That's what we
you
work to do every day, objectively. There are not two standards of justice. There is only one. It's applied equally to each and every
by
person.
perception, there are two standards, very clear standards of justice in this country. We see it every single day. The American people see this every single day. They look at you and they see a politicized entity that is weaponizing an agency of the federal government against the American people.
That is
They
not the FBI that I
out.
see, Senator.
That is not the FBI. You see, there are a lot of good people that work for the FBI, but you have a political cabal there. So why did you decide to conceal the information in that revelation to the House Oversight Committee? Why did you redact all of that pertaining to the phone calls?
We have exceptional people within the in
You're
the
not
FBI,
answering the
very
question.
best.
Why did you redact that
And they
information?
work relentlessly every day to keep this
You
country
chose
safe
not
and
to
to protect
reveal
people.
that the
Period.
calls were there, and Senator Grassley found it out anyway. Is that accurate?
With regard to the document,
You chose to redact it, yes or no?
we often redact documents to protect
So you
sources
chose
and
to
methods.
redact the fact that there are 17 voice recordings, 2 of those with the now president. You chose to redact that and not to give that to House Oversight.
I have
Is
no
that
idea
accurate?
if there are voice recordings or not. What I will tell you with respect to the
You have
document,
no-
the document was redacted to protect the source, as everyone knows.
Well, then,
and this is
let-
a question of life
My
and death,
time has
potentially.
expired, but I think it would be helpful if when you came before us, if you were willing to answer the questions, it would help to remove the perception that the American people have, because this is what they see. They see you do it every day, and that is politicizing the FBI and using it against the American people who don't happen to be named Biden, Clinton, or one of the elites.
It is sad and clear that the United States now operates under a two-tier justice system. One is for wealthy elites, and particularly Democrat elites, who can get away with high crimes and misdemeanors like, say, funneling money through your son from Ukrainian oil companies to directly enrich yourself. Or doing that in Romania. Or doing that in China. You see what I'm getting at here? Or in this case, the new one, withholding funds that has been promised by Congress to Israel. Andrew Johnson was impeached for this. He refused to enforce a law that he saw as unrighteous. He was kind of right to do so. It's the right thing, but he deserved to be impeached for that. Andrew Johnson should never have been president. But that's a much, much longer rabbit hole. What we need to start asking ourselves is, how do we fix this problem? Because on the other hand, the Republicans, y'all saw what they did to Trump. They hyped up charges. A lot of them weren't really there. He's currently going through a trial system that an older DA said, no, this would never hold up in court. This wouldn't work. You're not going to get him on this. Well, instead, the current DA of New York City, Alvin Bragg, stood up on a podium and said, my number one job will be to get Donald Trump. And he got elected. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to give a shout out to my friends over at Colonial Metals Group. Their experts understand exactly what they're doing with gold, silver, and other precious metals, unlike our current leadership, which is giving us rampant inflation, terrible Federal Reserve policies, a president that doesn't know what planet he's on, and, of course, an out-of-control Congress that won't stop spending. We have to figure out ways to keep our wealth safe. And the best way to do that is to go over to my friends at Colonial Metals Group, because their experts can help you diversify your portfolio, and they've got an amazing offer for first-time accounts. Free gold and silver IRA accounts, insured storage for 5 years, up to $7,500 in silver delivered directly to your home, and a safe to keep all that stuff in. So go over regardless and see what they can do for you and protect your wealth and your future today. Now, back to regularly scheduled programming. This isn't about George Soros. This is about the issues of our justice system. And furthermore, there's a bigger one going on here. How far the FBI has fallen. Let's take a little trip back in history. About 100 years ago, we had something called Prohibition. During that time, the mafia, which was already really strong, and the mob gained a ton of power by handling the illegal alcohol trade. And in doing so, made them a lot of money and made them a lot of friends even. And thus, an agency was born to start to combat this problem because they would go outside of normal boundaries, they'd go outside of state lines, so they would need, it was needed to create an agency that could work directly for the federal government for crimes that are happening across state lines. Thus began the FBI. And like all organizations, they have simple goals and complex amounts of means in order to achieve those simple goals. The FBI was there basically to get the mafia, to bring it to its knees. Eventually, after about 60 years, they did. Sorry, not 60 years, 30 years. During the 60s, the mafia lost a lot of its power. However, they still exist, and personally, I think they fund Hollywood. I think that's literally how it works, and we know they own a lot of the casinos. After all, there's a great movie called Casino. Guess who ran it? So the FBI completed its first mission and now decided to rest on its laurels and instead go back to other matters. However, after the Patriot Act was signed, where the FBI and CIA had trouble communicating with each other, they now had a new goal. Work with the CIA's operative ideals and see if you can make them work through their agency. So the FBI did. What did the CIA want? The CIA, like the FBI, was created to do one thing: protect America. And they're very good at it. Shady, but good. We needed an answer to the KGB, which was cleaning our clocks. And MI6 couldn't do it alone. Or was it MI5? Regardless. However, the modern CIA has been protect America. And how do they do that? They do that by propping up the ruling class. Cyber Mike Benz does a great job of outlining this, so I'm not even going to try to explain that here. But the FBI is complicit in trying to help the dominant class. And I've said it before, so I'll say it one more time. Dominant class is basically rich white liberals. All right, they took over from the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants back after the Obergefell decision. That was the flashpoint that proved that the evangelicals had lost almost all of their real political power. And so the FBI is now doing everything they can to work with the rich white liberals, but they're noticing a problem, and the CIA's noticed a problem too. A new ruling class is brewing. It's rare that you have this many changes in ruling classes, because the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants have been in charge for a long time. But that all changed because of the internet. And the new ruling class is changing because of the internet. The new dominant class. And I don't know which direction we're going. And they are terrified. So that's why they redact so much. That's why they're so secretive. It's why they look like they're spying on so many Christians. They don't like what the system is giving them right now. And so the FBI is investigating them wherever they can. And so Marsha Blackburn is right to call out this organization that needs some structural help. They don't need to be torn down to its last brick. They need to be strengthened and redirected. But ultimately, there's one more problem going on with the FBI, and I'll make this as fast as I can. They had an internal war over which side that they should take. Remember during the 2016 election when the FBI opened an investigation into Hillary Clinton? Bill Clinton met with one of their top heads and asked what is going on. And she basically told him, look, we have agents that aren't towing the line. And so a miniature civil war happened. Guess which side lost? That's right, it was the conservative side that wanted justice, finding the crimes of Hillary Clinton. They found them, and then they were forced to redact everything because of a deal that got struck. That's who won that civil war. And so that's what's happening with the FBI. That's why Marsha Blackburn's so mad. And it's a sad thing to see, because this can be a good institution again. So let's make the FBI great again, shall we? Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politibrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.